Hi everyone and welcome back. Or today's topic is basic probability theory. So let's learn what is probability. If I explain probability in one sentence, then I'll say that probability is a way to measure how likely something is to happen. That is, if something is certain to happen, then the probability is 1. If something is impossible to happen, then the probability is 0. And everything else is somewhere in between. Now, if I represent this or these three situations on number line, then the number line will looks like, suppose this is 0 and this is 1. So this 0 will be called impossible event and this 1 will be called sure event. Now the middle one will be called 50% or maybe. This is 100% and this 100% will be called sure event. That is, the event is sure to happen. This is 0%. This is called impossible event. Impossible event. That is, it will not happen. Now this 50% means maybe. Maybe or equally likely. Now this is called, this 25% is called unlikely. That is an event that is unlikely to happen. This portion, which is the 75% of this number line, indicate that the event is going to happen more likely. This is maybe, or you can say it equally likely. This 75% means more likely. This is usually called unlikely. And this is usually called, 75% is usually called more likely. This is called more likely because it is close to 100. That is sure event. Sure event. Or certain to happen. Now, if something is certain to happen, then the probability is 1. or 100%. If something is impossible to happen, then the probability is 0 or 0%. And everything else is somewhere in between. So this is equally likely, this is unlikely, and this is more likely. Now, everyday examples is about there's a 30% chance of rain today. So we usually use these sentences or these phenomena in our daily life, that there is a 30% chance of rain today by looking at the weather condition. Situation that my team has a 1 in 4 chance of winning the match. So 1 in 4 chance of winning the match, that is my team is less likely to win the match. So this is a common sentence we usually use in such situation. The third situation is I probably won't win the lottery. If I bought a lottery and there is draw of it, then I may use this sentence that I probably won't win the lottery. That is, my chance of winning is very low. Okay, now comes the definition of the probability. So for most basic situation, probability is defined as number of ways something can happen divided by total number of possible outcomes. And if we denote the numerator with m, then number of ways something can happen is represented with m divided by total outcomes. So this is m divided by n. For example, consider a coin experiment, that is flipping a coin once. So what is the chance of getting head? Because head is about winning situation. So for this, first list the sample space or see all the possible outcomes of the sample space. So we know that all possible outcomes of a sample space for flipping a coin is head and tail. Now there are two cases. So here total options are 2, total possibilities are 2. So probability of head will be, numerator is about favorable, so there is only one head, so this will be 1, and total possibilities, that is n is equal to 2, so probability of happening or appearing head is 1 by 2 or 50%. So there is 50% chance of getting head when you flip a coin. So this is the scenario. This is coins. There are two possibilities, head and tail, and chance of heads is equal to 1 out of 2, which is 50%. Now rolling a die. Consider a second example. What is the chance of rolling a 4? That is, when you roll a die, then what is the chance that you will get 4? Now we know that there is 1 4 out of total faces. That is, face 1 is 1, face 2 is also 1, face 3 is 1, face 4 is also 1, there is only 1 5 on a die, and there is only 1 6 face on a die. So this 4 will appear once out of these 6. So total outcomes are 6. So favorable divided by total, that is probability of getting 4 is equal to favorable, which is m, and divided by total. Now favorable cases are 1 because there is 1 4, and the total is 6. So probability of getting 4 is 1 by 6, which is approximately 0.167, and which is after conversion into percentages 16.7%. Now this is the pictorial presentation of this situation. So 6 faces, one may have 1, the other may have 2, the other may have 3, the other may have 4 faces. Okay, the other may have 5, and the other may have 6. So these are the possible outcomes, and the 4 chance of appearing 4 is 1, because there is only one 4 in all the outcomes. So the answer is 16.7%, which is approximately 17%. So this is the possible answer, that is 1 by 6. Now drawing a card from a deck. Now you know that you know about cards from a deck. So there are total 52 cards. 26 are based on hearts and diamonds, that is red cards, and 26 are about black cards. So this is like full deck of cards, it's like this. Now drawing a red card from a deck. So probability of any red card. So probability of red card is again favorable divided by total. Now we know that there are 26 red cards, and the total cards are 52. So n is equal to 52. So in this full deck of 52 cards, 13 cards are red, called hearts. Another 13 red cards are called diamond, and then 13 cards black one, spades, and then last 13 cards are called clubs. So 13 plus 13, 26 black cards and 26 red cards. So this makes total 52. So chance of heart is 13 by 52. Chance of red is 26 by 52. Why chance of heart is 13 by 52? Because there are 13 hearts. So in this 52 cards, 13s are heart. So favorable in heart will be 13 in total. So the answer is 25%. But the chance of red will be obtained from 26 out of 52, which gives us 50%. Next is an example of marbles in a bag. Suppose a bag contains 3 red marbles, 4 green marbles, and 3 blue marbles. Then 3 plus 4 plus 3, so total marbles are 6. Now chance of picking or probability of picking any red marble is 3 by 10, because this is favorable and this is total. Then chance of picking a green marble is 4 by 10. So because this is favorable and this is total. Again, chance of picking a blue marble is 3 by 10. That is, blue marbles are 3 and total is 10. So favorable divided by total. So you can find probabilities for each possible for red, for green and for blue separately. But when you add them all, you will get 100. Okay, now these points you need to remember. Probability is always between 0 and 1. That is, the result of probability must be between 0 and 1. Or when you convert it into percentage, then 0 means 0% and 1 means 100%. So nothing else will come in the answer. All probabilities add up to 1. That is, when you add all probabilities, all possible probabilities, that is, let's suppose we add these all three results. Then 3 by 10 plus 4 by 10 plus 3 by 10 gives you 1. That is 10 by 10, which is 1. So sum of all probabilities must be 1. And if you can add the percentages, then it would be 100. So 1 means 100%. Something always happens. The chance of something happening is 1. That is, if there is a situation that something always happens, then the chance of something happening is 1, then this is about 100%. Now, complement. So, complement in probability means the chance something doesn't happen is equal to 1 minus the chance it does happen. That is, probability, like this is complement. You know that we know that A complement is equal to 1 minus A. Similarly, when you calculate probability of probability of A complement, then it will be equal to 1 minus probability of A. So in complementation, you just subtract it from 1, but the opposite sides. The chance of something doesn't happen is denoted with probability of A complement. So this will be equal to 1 minus probability of the chance that it does happen, this. So for this, for complementation, the example is if rain chance is 30%, then no rain chance is 70%, because 1 minus 30% gives us 70%. Why is this useful? Why complementation law is useful? Because it is easier to calculate the opposite. Okay, now the AND versus OR rule. So OR here means either event happens. Now if two things cannot happen at the same time, that is mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive is the phenomena that two things can never happen together. Then in this situation, the probability of A or B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B. For example, chance of rolling a 1 or a 2 on die is equal to 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6 is equal to 2 by 6, which is 3 by 6. That is, let's suppose probability of an event which is 1, that is the face 1 on a die, is 1 by 6. Now again, the probability of appearing face 2 on a die is also 1 by 6. So if the question is either 1 occur or 2 occur, so then this will be equal to probability of 1 or 2. Then for such situation you need their results. So 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6 will gives you 2 by 6, which is again 1 by 3 after simplification. So this is OR rule. The AND rule, in which this is usually used for union and this is usually used for intersection. Both events happen. In AND situation, event A and event B both happened together. For example, chance of flipping heads and rolling a 6. So probability of head is equal to 1 by 2 and probability of 6 after rolling a dice is 1 by 6. Now in AND you need to multiply. So 1 by 2 multiplied by 1 by 6 will give you 1 by 12. So this is the probability in these situations. Now consider this exercise. Now the exercise is, you need to solve it. Bag of sweets, so 4 red, 6 green and 10 blue sweets are in the bag. What's the chance of picking a green sweet? So you need to find the probability for the green sweet. Here I have calculated probabilities for all 3 different marbles, but here you are specific to the green one. Now card draw. From a standard 52 card deck, what is the chance of drawing a king? Now here in this situation, if you list the sample space, then the sample space for this will be, that is a deck of 52 cards, the sample space will be, that is starting from A, then 2, then 3 and so on up to then J, then Q, then King. So 13 cards will be like this. Again add, then again add, and then 4 times you add this. 2 times for black and 2 times for red. That is, in this situation the sample space is difficult to list. So here the sample space can be or can be written like this, or we make it write sample space like this: all 52 distinct cards, all 52 cards or distinct cards. So by using total outcomes, you just can say that number of sample points in this sample space is equal to 52. Now there are 2 kings for red cards and 2 kings for black cards, but here the question is about from a standard 52 deck card, what's the chance of drawing a king? So there are 4 kings. 2 for red and 2 for black. Now you consider the favorable and total situation and calculate the probability. Now again for weather, if a chance of sun is 70%, what is the chance it's not sunny? So here you can use law of complementation or complement rule to find the probability. So this is the exercise and thank you.